Oh my goodness, your makeup is not moving. It's not moving all day. A new video upload on a Friday. It's looking like a fine Friday, But yes, guess what, you guys? The Sephora sale is here. It only happens twice a year, once in the springtime, once during holiday season. And I just had to hop on here and let you know not only what you should be shopping for, but also what is in my own shopping cart. Now, we have a lot to cover because I have a different recommendation for every single category of makeup, fragrance, and hair. So, I'm gonna give you a moment. Go heat your food up, put it on the plate, pour some wine, get comfortable, grab your blanket, airplay this video to your TV if you want. Okay, I'm giving you a few seconds. And if you're already comfortable during the ad break, what you can do is click the link in my description box and leave me a SephoraSquad testimonial. I have applied for their year-long influencer program and I would absolutely love to get Fine Beauty Bible on their radar. So if you are already comfortable and you're just waiting for me to start the recommendations, while this ad is on, hit that link. It takes about 30 seconds. The character limit is as short as a tweet, so I promise it won't take you long, and then we'll hop into our shopping list. So first things first, we have primers. Now, I'm not crazy about primer because I always just felt like the right skin prep will just make your makeup look flawless anyway. You won't have to apply this separate product specifically made for making your makeup stick. But there's one that I do have to talk about. It's non-negotiable. I have to talk about it. And it's the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. When I tell you need that primer, it is so great. I have no choice but to buy the Milk Hydro Grip Primer because as someone who hates primer, who hates the feeling of an extra step underneath my foundation, I love it. It makes my makeup stick. It makes my makeup not budge. It lasts all day. Even if I put that primer on and put on something super lightweight and low coverage like a tinted moisturizer, I still notice that it stays on my skin longer than if I were to just put the product directly onto my skin. Now in the foundation category, I wanted to break it up into tinted moisturizer type of coverage, medium coverage, and then full bead. In our tinted moisturizer category, I have reviewed plenty before. I've done Ilia Skin Tint, I've done, several brands, but I think that my favorite one is the Fenty Skin Tint. And I say that because number one, the price is amazing. The shade range, there's something for everyone. But most of all, I love the finish of it because I think the fault of most tinted moisturizers is that they are either super greasy or they are very dewy, or some tinted moisturizers have so much coverage that they look ridiculous if you wear it by itself with no other makeup. I love the Fenty one because of the natural matte finish, the shade range, and I really think that if you're looking for a skin tint, it's a great place to start. My favorite lightweight foundation is by Pat McGrath, and I love it because I am actually able to get away with 3 different shade offerings, and that's how you know. If I only have one face and I can wear 3 different of their shades, then you know they have a shade for everyone. I would call it on the more natural dewy side rather than natural matte, but I think it looks beautiful as an everyday foundation. It's what I'm wearing today, and I put that one on whenever I want to look put together and I want to look like I have makeup on, but I don't want to feel super heavy. My favorite medium coverage foundations would be either the HD Skin by Makeup Forever. I think that HD Skin is a little bit more everyday. I did already do a review on the HD Skin foundation, so if you want to see that, you can click the link in my description box. Or Too Faced Born This Way. The Too Faced Born This Way is for people who want to have a full beat but don't like the way super matte full coverage foundations look. My favorite full beat matte foundation. I'm talking birthdays, weddings, someone else's birthday dinner, special occasions, or if you know you're going to be on camera on a particular day. You need the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Foundation. It is matte finish. It is very full coverage. I don't care how deep and dark your hyperpigmentation is at the moment, that foundation is gonna cover it, okay? You got nothing to worry about when it comes to coverage and Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion. And my favorite foundation for people who hate foundation or just hate makeup in general is Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless. And when I tell you, I have gotten my mom to start using that foundation. It's her favorite. I've gotten 2 of my aunts to start using that foundation. They're not really with the whole 2016 full beat foundation every day kind of thing. Even if they're going out to a party or a family event, they're not gonna beat their face the way us youngins do. So I just feel like if they love that foundation, then I just know that it's perfect for people who hate makeup. So if you either never wore makeup before, or if you do love makeup but are looking for a more skin-like foundation that doesn't compromise on coverage, then that's the one you should go for. And they're another one who I really respect their shade range. I know I say that about a lot of foundations lately, but I think that that's a good thing, that all of them are sort of stepping up to the plate. Now that we've gone over the ones that you might like depending on what you're looking for, I did want to let you know about 3 different foundations that are on my own personal shopping list. I have heard such great things about the Dior Backstage foundation. People use it on their face and body, which is really cool. I am interested in trying it for my face just because of how much of a cult favorite it is. The Giorgio Armani foundation. Now the reason I had originally been interested in this one is because I knew Pat McGrath had formulated it. Pat McGrath is an award-winning, super famous, long-time makeup artist, in case you didn't know, and her own makeup line is actually more of a newer development. But before that, the celebrities were already tapping on her shoulder to do their makeup and help formulate their own makeup lines. So that's originally why I wanted the Giorgio Armani foundation. It's also been really well talked about by different celebrities. That's their OG, that's the foundation they tend to go to. But I took this out of my shopping cart because now I actually have a formulation that was made by Pat McGrath and it's in Pat McGrath's own line. So support Black-owned businesses, and I bought the Pat McGrath one instead and love it. NARS Soft Matte Foundation is another great one if you want like medium coverage but does not budge all day. It is super reliable and it looks gorgeous. Even if your skin has a little bit of texture, it's not going to emphasize it or make it look dry. Only thing I will say is that despite the amount of shades that they have, I actually find it a little bit tricky to find my perfect shade in the NARS Soft Matte. Don't know why, but I'm not going to say that it's a bad foundation because of that. Next category is concealer, and there's really only one concealer that I can really tell you guys to buy. And no, it's not Tarte Shape Tape, and no, it is not the NARS concealer. Those are, I feel like, are old cult favorites that at this point people just use because they don't want to try something new. What you need to get your hands on is Too Faced Born This Way concealer. It is the best coverage, the most multi-use, the best amount of product for your money, and I love the applicator on it. I have it in 3 different shades right here in front of me. This is how the applicator looks. It is a doe foot, so it's nice and easy to apply, and I just really love this concealer. I think it's going to be a long time before I'm even willing to try a new concealer. That is the one. Now that we've talked about primers, foundations, and concealers, I do want to talk about some contour and bronzing. For contour, there's really only 2 products that I think make the cut. Number 1 is the Too Faced concealers that we already talked about. What I do is I have one of these, that's the shade of my skin, another one for highlight, and then my last one is my contour shade. So that I 10 out of 10 can recommend. Another one are the Fenty matchsticks. I love the fact that they're nice and easy to apply. I like how they're nice and stiff so they won't be too greasy or make the rest of your makeup move around. And those are really my go-to contour products. I don't use anything besides those 2. As far as bronzer, I have 1 powder recommendation and 1 cream bronzer recommendation. For my powder recommendation, I definitely have to say Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's an OG bronzer and it has worked for me for years and years and years. It is the very first bronzer I ever bought and is still in my top 2. For the cream bronzer recommendation, I would recommend this new brand. It's a clean beauty brand called Say, I think that's how you pronounce it. Their cream bronzer is so great for people with deep skin tones because we don't often get cream bronzers that are catered towards our skin until like Fenty Beauty started to pop up with theirs. Then I saw more people making cream bronzers in deeper skin tones, but I really like the texture of this. I have also talked about this in Patrice and Beauty number 36, and I demonstrated the color of it as well. So I love to use this one on my skin, and that is my cream bronzer recommendation. Now to get into one of my favorite categories of makeup, and that is blush. Now, it doesn't matter what skin tone you have. You can be lighter than me, even deeper than me, you can still wear blush. I want you to get all of those rules and makeup limitations that you've been taught out of your head. It doesn't matter what your skin tone is, you can wear blush, and there are shades and products out there that will look absolutely gorgeous on you, okay? The first one I recommend trying if you want to try blush but don't really want to spend too much, spend too much as far as Sephora pricing goes, are the Rare Beauty blushes. Now, I don't know how many more times I have to rave about these. I'm really tired of opening this drawer and showing you guys how many of them I have, but you need this blush. They come in all different shades, as you can see. You can wear these blushes. They offer them in both dewy and matte options, so you don't have to worry about them not having one that will suit your skin type or the makeup that you like to wear. And they're my favorite blushes, hands down. Another blush I recommend is by a black-owned brand called LYS, and they are the cream blushes. They come in that triangle packaging. You guys remember this. I used this in my super lightweight makeup video, and they have the most gorgeous colors. They come with a mirror in it, so you can use them on the go. And of course, because they're a black-owned brand, they are suitable for deeper skin tones. Two blushes that I have been interested in buying for myself are the Makeup by Mario. It's a blush stick on one side of it, and then you flip it around and it has a brush to blend that blush out with. That one's definitely on my list. They have this beautiful wine shade that I saw someone use on TikTok that I want to try. And then there's also a cheaper version of a cream blush palette. Comes with 4 different ones, all in one, and it's by Sephora Collection. If you didn't know, during this sale, Sephora Collection items are 30% off, no matter what tier in their loyalty program you are. So whether you are just an insider, VIB, or VIB Rouge, everyone gets 30% off on all of the Sephora collection. So this palette comes down to like less than $15 by the time you add it, and it comes with 4 whole blushes in it. So I think if nothing else, I'm definitely gonna grab that because less than $15 comes with 4 blushes. I'm down, it's mine. I might as well consider it already mine. Next up is highlight. The first one is an OG highlighter that I've been using for years and years and years. Matter of fact, I should probably add a new one to my cart because mine is absolutely hit pan and looking dusty. And it is the Laura Mercier highlighters. These powders are so gorgeous and give the skin such a diffused glow. It's almost unnoticeable, but noticeable in all the right ways, if that makes sense. So I love to use this one when I have on makeup and don't want like a super 2016 style highlight. I just want to look, you know, more radiant. That is why I love this highlighter. Another one is the Fenty Diamond Veil. Now this one is definitely more of a body shimmer, I would say, because I like the way it has a little bit of those sparkles in the powder. So I wouldn't recommend it for the face because they'll look a little bit fake unless that's what you're going for. I like to use this the most on my collarbones and my shoulders, just like when I know I'm dressed and I want to be glowing from head to toe. If I'm on the beach, then I'll also dust a little bit of it down the center of my leg so that when the light hits it, it's like, oh, it just looks gorgeous. So I really like that one. Now for eyes, I don't wear eyeshadow as much in case you guys didn't notice, but I do have a few favorites that I like to keep for those days when I do feel like doing a little something. First one is by Sephora Collection. It's a single eyeshadow and it's called Tree Hugger. And I like that one because it is the exact same shade as my natural eyelid, just a little bit deeper and a little bit more chocolatey rather than tired looking. So I like to dust that onto my eyelids almost every single day pretty much. Even if I'm doing a more dressy makeup eye look, I will still start off with that as the base just to give it a nice natural smoky type of look. Another one in the eyeshadow category is the Fenty Snap Shadows. I love the ones that are in the, what shade is this? Number 3 Deep Neutrals, because it comes with all of my favorite shades. It comes with a deep brown, a burgundy, an orange to blend with, 2 different shimmers that are the perfect tone to match with these down here, and then a nice light brown that you can use to blend out or emphasize your brow bone. So I really like this as pretty much my go-to eyeshadow palette. Even if I'm traveling, most of the time this is the only one I'll bring with me because it has that nice dark brown that I love, and along with a few other options. So I don't use too much eyeshadow. And the last eye product I have to recommend is my OG, can't live without it, will buy them 3 at a time with no shame, eyeliner, KVD Beauty. And that eyeliner, Girl, that eyeliner, I'm never getting rid of it. I'm never getting rid of it. It is my favorite. Every single other liquid liner, every single felt tip liner I have ever tried just cannot compare. It just doesn't. It doesn't last as long as this one. They don't have the pigment that this one has. They're not as that deep, dark black that I need to emphasize my eyes. And it'll be a cold day in hell before y'all see me recommend any other felt tip eyeliner besides this one, okay? So if you're looking for a felt tip liner and you don't already own this, you probably already do. If you're the type to wear felt liner, then you own this already. So I don't know why I'm talking about it so much, because the girls that get it and they already own it. Now we have lip products. You guys are gonna think this is funny, but every single time I try to buy a brown lip liner, it's never as deep of a brown as what I like to wear. I like to wear a very deep brown, almost to the point where it looks almost black. Like, do you see that? Very deep brown. And the way I achieve that is I don't buy brown lip liners at all, actually. I buy this Sephora collection dark brown eyeliner. Yes, an eyeliner. And I use it around my lips as lip liner. I like the Sephora collection one because it comes with a lid, whereas the ones that you buy from the beauty supply store tend to just be loose. And it also, they come, even if you buy a brand new one, they're super long. If I'm trying to go somewhere, I can never get the beauty supply ones into my purse. Not to mention it's only $6, so by the time you incorporate that 30% off, it comes down to about $4. So as you know, I will be buying about 5 of these. Next up, I will show you a few of my favorite brushes to do my makeup with. And then the last makeup product that I wanted to talk about are setting products. So I have 2 setting sprays for you guys and then 1 powder. The powder is another one that you get 30% off of. It's the Sephora Collection Micro Smooth. They have this in so many different shades, and it is a baked multitasking powder. So you can apply this before your makeup as primer. You can use it on top of makeup to set your foundation. You can use it in the highlighted areas of your face just as almost like a light version of baking. And you can use it to just dab off excess setting spray, which is what I like to use it for. And it will give your face the smoothest, most flawless look. Then for the setting sprays, you need Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I have raved about this. I did a video about 6 months of makeup empties, if you haven't seen it yet. And I kid you not, in 6 months, I think I ran through about 4 bottles of this. So the proof is in the pudding. I will always spend my money on this. I don't care whether it's on sale or not, to be honest. I really even hesitated putting this in the video because of how much I've already talked about it, but I'm just here to say it again. You need this setting spray, and if you don't have it, your makeup hasn't been hitting its full potential. It just hasn't. I'm sorry to tell you. Another one is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Setting Spray. Remember I told you about the primer all the way in the beginning? Girl, if you use that primer and then all of your makeup in between and then set it off with the spray that goes with the primer, oh my goodness, your makeup is not moving. It's not moving all day. They are chef's kiss. Both of those setting sprays that I just mentioned, you can go for either one and I guarantee you're gonna love it, and from that point on you're gonna trust every single recommendation I'd say, because that's how much you're gonna love it. I know. The main brush that I love from Sephora collection, if you buy none other, because I do feel like a foundation brush, I have a favorite that's not from Sephora. I've used other brushes that I love, but there's one brush in my collection that I cannot not use, and that is the number 57 concealer brush. Out of all of the other Sephora collection brushes, I feel like this is the only one that is non-negotiable for me. I have to use this one if I'm blending out my concealer. It has the perfect density. It's not too stiff, but it's also not so fluffy that it just comes out streaky. So I love this concealer brush. I've been using it for years. Even when Sephora collection rebranded their entire brush collection, I was still able to just look at the lineup and be like, that's my brush. And now I have, it used to be called something else, but now it is the 57 brush. They also have a very beautiful blush brush that I've been interested in trying called the 96 brush, and I love the shape of it. I also really love their 93 bronzer brush I like how it has that angled shape, so it gets perfectly into the angles of your face. I've also used that in plenty of tutorials before, so you can just watch pretty much any other makeup video on my channel and you'll see that brush. The last one is the number 20 brow brush and spoolie. If you use brow pomade, that's the brush you need. If you use brow powder and you need something sharp and hair-like, that is the brush you need. Don't get any other brow brush or spoon. In the hair category, to be honest with you, there are only 2 hair products that I usually buy from Sephora and use consistently. The first one is the First Aid Beauty Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. Out of all of the clarifying shampoos I have tried, I find that that one is the best for flaky scalps, scalps that get super dry, and even scalps like mine that get so dry that they get irritated. So what I find with some clarifying shampoos is that it's packed with salicylic acid, which is great for exfoliating the scalp, but not great to use too much because then you're just exacerbating that dryness. So I find that this First Aid Beauty is the perfect happy medium. I found that by using this anti-dandruff shampoo, my scalp takes a lot longer to start flaking. The next one is the Scalp Serum by The Ordinary. Now they have 2. They have one that is called the Hair Peptide Serum, and that one is for thickening the hair on your scalp. So it's great for your edges. I've also used it on my brows and lashes before, but the one that I use consistently is called Natural Moisturizing Factors, and I find that it has this like very comfortable texture that is great to wear. It doesn't make my roots start to curl up if I put it on a silk press, so I really like that one a lot. And those are the only 2 hair products that I consistently buy from Sephora. Another one that I love the smell of is by the brand Way, and most people think that they only make products for Caucasian hair, but I actually love the hair oil that they make. I don't use it for nourishing my hair because, as you know, oils don't do much for your hair. I specifically use it just to give my hair a little bit of extra shine. So if I slick my hair down into a bun and I want it to look more shiny, I will pour a little bit of that oil in my hand, rub it together, and I'll just smooth it over the top of my bun so that my hair has that really shiny look like this that I really like. I think it makes your hair look super healthy. Occasionally, I do buy Olaplex number 3 or Olaplex number 8, but I don't use those too often because I don't want to overload my hair with protein. So if you are interested in Olaplex, this sale is a wonderful time to buy them, of course, but I won't spend too much time explaining it because I'm sure you know what Olaplex is by now. And then the last one that I was interested in maybe putting in my own cart is by the brand that makes the Brazilian Bum Bum Clean. It's called Sol de Janeiro, and they make a dry shampoo. And the reason I was interested in it is because I love the way everything they make smells. So it just reminds me of like this warm, summery vanilla scent. So I'm interested in their dry shampoo. Speaking of fragrance by Sol de Janeiro, something that is in my own personal cart is their perfume that they came out with called 62. And it is the most warm, sweet, vanilla scented perfume you will ever smell. If you're looking for a vanilla perfume that just has that delicious touch to it, like warm vanilla sugar type, but just a step further and more put together than like your regular Bath & Body Works mist, it just, when I smell it, I've gotten so many compliments on it. Even if I've just sprayed it on the train before on myself, I've had someone come up to me and be like, "Excuse me, what is that you just sprayed?" That's how you know it's good. When you're getting compliments from random people in the city of New York at that, when people don't like to talk to anyone, yeah, that was a good fragrance right there. So that's on my own list. I also want to buy the full size of, you remember last week, Brits Recent Beauty Week 37, when I was telling you guys that I tried the 7 Virtues Vanilla Woods fragrance? I really like it, so I think I'm going to buy the full size of it because I started off just with the rollerball because that's all I could get my hands on. So if they have the full size in stock, I think I'm going to get that one too. As far as fragrances go, I feel like it's so personal that I'm not going to spend too much time trying to recommend specific ones. But if you do want to try some fragrance or maybe get closer to figuring out what you like, there are 4 different fragrance sets that are sold at Sephora that I really recommend you try. The first one is the Margiela Replica set. Replica is the Margiela fragrance line. They have something for everyone in that line, and it's a great place to start if you don't know what type of fragrance you like yet, because by getting the set, wearing each of them on a different day, you'll really figure out which of those are your favorites. And once you have a favorite in Margiela, it's so easy to go back to Sephora and be like, "I like Margiela Jazz Club, what else can you recommend?" So it's a really great place to start if you don't know what fragrance at all to buy. Another one are the Sephora Favorite set. It's basically a toiletry bag, and inside of that toiletry bag, it comes with samples of best-selling Sephora perfume. And when you buy the set and you use all of the testers, there's actually a voucher inside that you can take back to any Sephora store and get the full size of your favorite tester that was in that set. So it's a really good deal because number one, the price of that set is already less than what you would spend for any one of those full-size fragrances, and they come in men's and women's version. So rather than making specific fragrance recommendations, I did just want to let you guys know that those sets exist. It's such a good deal. And that is it for my makeup, hair, and fragrance Sephora sale recommendations. I am going to do a follow-up video for skincare and body care. I just wanted to let you guys know that as far as those categories go, that's what I'm adding to my cart. That's what you should add to your cart. I hope that this was helpful. I hope it gave you some brand new ideas about things you might want to try. Or even if you're not ready to purchase them yet, at least now you can go into a Sephora store and ask them for a tester. Or try it on your skin. See if you like the color ranges. It's always good to try new things. And I know it's a lot easier to try new things when you've already heard good things about those products. So now that you've heard all of my good words about them, go out and try them. Let me know if you have already gotten some of these for yourself, and I will see you guys in the follow-up to this video. Brit's Recent Beauty this weekend. The Sephora sale is now on for everyone, no matter what tier of the loyalty program you're in. Have a wonderful rest of your day.